What's up with the peace deal in Ukraine? Did Trump turn out to be a fraud? Is he trying to play Russia? Remember, there's this issue of the Minsk Accord, and European leaders came out to say that they never intended to sign it. Now there's another ceasefire in front of Trump, and it's like he has been tricked into a trap. Weeks ago, we saw Zelensky receiving a hiding in the White House, and the world was like, okay, this man doesn't want peace. Now they've gone to Jeddah to iron out a peace deal, and it's like, okay, it's now time to finally put this war to an end. So the ball is in the court of Vladimir Putin. Everybody is saying that. So it's like a briefing that has gone out, and what will Russia do about it? Trump is a European by origin. He's the American president. He's a German. We saw this fight that was brewing between Trump and the Western leaders. At the end of the day, it was like maybe Trump has finally come to put an end to this warmongering. But at the end of the day, there are two things that a lot of us are looking at. There's this massive guy who is not done with the resolution that Trump wants to make, and Trump is already going at the guy. It will look as if Make America Great Again is a fraud. He just did that to get into power. It's business as usual. And Putin on his side will be very wary. They've gone out to iron out a deal. And this deal is what European Union were actually talking about before they went to Saudi Arabia. A peace deal that will bring forces into the country to keep peace. Remember the Minsk agreement that was never adhered to. And European leaders have actually came out to say that they did that to rearm, to have the chance to arm Ukraine for a war with Russia. And now, as part of the concession to Ukraine on this peace deal, Ukraine is going to receive weapons and intelligence from the United States. So is Russia going to wait for 30 days so that Ukraine will be rearmed so that they can come back to the battlefield? Will Putin fall for this? Anyway, a lot of people are saying Putin may not. I don't know. I think he's war weary. The way I see him, he might actually fall for it, and he's going to roll back all the gains he has made. If Putin does this, that means he has become weak, and this may give the opposition inside Russia the impetus to want to go head to head with him. And secondly, this is how Soviet Union collapsed. And I think Putin is about to repeat the same thing if he agrees to this peace deal that may not augur well with places he has already taken, the ethnic Russians there and the other ethnic minorities that have always been sport for the Ukrainian people. We know Ukraine. We know how they behave to Africans when at the onset of this war, even when everybody is looking at Russia as being the aggressor. I think if Putin decides that he wants the friendship of America over the gains he has made in Ukraine after 3 years, I don't know, maybe that would be his worst mistake. But another thing I've seen is Putin has found a way of pulling the BRICS nation into the discussion, because in his statement he has thanked China, Brazil, South Africa, India for the effort they've done, even in their tight schedule, to look at Ukraine and the peace process. I think Putin, described as Bill Clinton as a very intelligent man, I think he's looking for a way to involve everybody, because the peace deal looks like what America and the European Union has cooked for him. So I think by mentioning these countries, he's trying to pull them in to bring a balance to this peace deal that is brokered by the Americans, so that it will not be forced into a tight corner, since everybody is following the briefing that the ball is now in his court, so that it will not look as if he doesn't want peace. So this is what I say about this peace deal that they just be brokered in Saudi Arabia. And what is the take for Africans or the governments in Africa? Apart from South Africa, who's a major member of the BRICS, they've been having this silent fallout with the United States, with Trump. I think this is because of BRICS. It's not because of the Boas or the white minorities in South Africa. I think this is because of BRICS. So Trump, in his usual manner, or America in their usual manner, want to whip him into line. So African nations will have to be very, especially the Sahel alliance, they will have to be very smart in the way they deal with or the way they involve in world politics. The way I'm looking at Putin is not really pro. I don't know. Maybe it's just because of BRICS that's why he's reaching out to other nations. Russia has never brought its way to bear on Africa. Like they have never really come out to say we want diplomatic relationship. We let's exchange technology, let's exchange weapons or ideas, let's develop together. That has always been the problem with Russia. They like to isolate themselves. They like to stay on their own. So that international influence is not really there, except um, after the sanctions, they try to build something, which to me is not really worth the while. Why? What is Russia doing not having presence in Africa or in other part of the world? A country that has been a superpower for this long should have concrete relationship with other nations, allow other nations to trust them, because the world does not trust Russia. It is a propaganda. We have lived in this for a very long time. In fact, almost all our lives, that the West is better than Russia. They don't have capacity to grow or make their citizens wealthy. Even when we've seen people like Osmanov, Abramovich, and a lot of Russians who have become billionaires, we still do not see Russia. That razzmatazz is not there. They are very conservative, and they have not really made an effort to export some of their culture to other people, for people to know them, for people to understand who they are, and how they are a balance of power in this world where people pressure you with loans, IMF, World Bank, just trying to subvert the sovereignty of your nation and the economy. So I think Russia will need to do more. China is by far doing more than Russia. You can see the presence of China in Africa. They push their weight, and things the West do not want to do for Africa, they do. I'm not saying China is better. In this world, everybody have their own sinister motives. It's not like something for free. People have reasons why they do things they do. But if we are smart as Africans, we should be able to leverage the disagreement between these people to extract what we want for Africa. Look at India. India has gone far. Brazil is there, you know, and we have sat down as Africans. We've not been able to really do much. We were here when, just like Arab nations that are in disarray, even though they went to Jeddah to broker this peace deal, you can see that the Arab nations are just as bad as Africa. The only thing they have over us is the ability to manage their resources. They came here, they killed Muammar Gaddafi. In the past, Patrice Lumumba, Thomas Sankara. We even saw how Goodluck was chased out of power in 2015, and we don't really understand international diplomacy. So I think this is a subject. It's all over the world. The internet is there. The opinions are there. You can see Times of India. You can see Wion. Even people within America who do not want this protracted war, they also have their views about it. So what is our view as Africans? Are we just on the sidelines? I understand that at the time we want to go to Ukraine to help broker peace between Ukraine and Russia, and Ukrainians conned us by saying, oh, what we came to do is to look for something for our pockets. So that is why, as Africans, we should learn to observe this international diplomacy to know where we fit in, what our place is in these things. We might say we have too much problem in Africa, and We need to just mind our business. But it doesn't work like that. Because at the end of the day, they'll still come here to say or to want to collect what we have. We have the resources. They will always come here. How do we prepare for them? How do we look at this world event to forge a path for Africa? These are some of the questions that fall out from these issues with Ukraine and Russia and how the world is reacting to it. Well, I hope to come back another time on this eclectic channel to analyze other issues in Africa and in Nigeria especially. Thank you for listening, and please subscribe, share, and comment. Let me know your thoughts about these issues. If we really have people in Africa that are diplomatically savvy to understand world events. Thank you.